It's a Drafthouse Diary for Friday, September 18th, 2023, when I came out here to the Alamo Drafthouse at Westminster to see Oldboy. Oldboy is a 2003 movie by Park Chan-wook, director of last year's Decision to Leave. It's not his first movie, but it was a very influential movie, something of a breakout movie for him, and really established him as a huge force in South Korean cinema and global cinema. And it's been influential on so many movies of the past 20 years, and now it's being re-released in a remastered, restored edition. I had never seen this movie before, but I knew something of its influence. I've liked what I've seen of Park Chan-wook's work, so I wanted to see it, even though I had some trepidation going in, because I understood it was an extremely dark, extremely violent movie. And it was. And yet it wasn't the kind of movie that I was expecting. I didn't know much more than I just said when I went in, and I expected something of a straightforward mob revenge story. And that's not what Oldboy is. Oldboy has more in common with things like The Prisoner or things like Philip K. Dick stories. It's a strange, surreal mystery. Yes, it's brutally violent. Yes, there's creepiness and nudity and all kinds of things that would offend plenty of people, but they all make sense in the context of the story. It is not an easy watch. It is not going to be for everybody. I don't know that I'm ever going to watch this movie again, but I can recognize how well it is put together, and it told a very powerful story. If I was nitpicking, I'd say it got a little off the rails, a little excessive towards the end of the movie, but you can also see it kind of heading in that direction overall. I'm glad that I saw it. Other aspects of my trip to the Alamo. The pre-show, I don't know if it was the same exact pre-show that I saw months ago in front of Decision to Leave, but it had many of the same components if it wasn't the same reel. It had trailers and references to movies that were influential on Park Chan-wook, things like Brief Encounter. It had parts of an interview with Park Chan-wook that was conducted at an Alamo Fantastic Fest at some point in the past. It had some odd commercials or music videos or other things from South Korean pop culture. In general, it was a good pre-show. It sort of set the tone, gave you some information about Park Chan-wook and about where this movie comes from. And the actual screening began after all the trailers, just before the feature. It began with a disclaimer and warning from Park Chan-wook about all of those things that I just mentioned: the violence, the nudity, the intensity, the cruelty to octopuses, all the things that might really turn people off about Oldboy. I can understand very well him not wanting anyone in the audience to feel ambushed by any of this, but he didn't give anything away in terms of the story, just letting you know that some of the content might not be for everyone. Of course, when you're sitting there in the theater, it's a little bit late to learn that just as the movie is going to run, but it's still good to let people brace themselves, as he put it. I did get some food. I got the Cobb salad, which I've had before, and that is good. No surprises there. I also got the Dry Dock Apricot Blonde beer, which I've had at least once before, and it's good. It's kind of light. It's got that bit of a fruity taste. Not the kind of thing I go for frequently, but it was good. I was going to get the Breckenridge Vanilla Porter, but it looks like that is no longer on their draft menu, so I'm disappointed about that. But the Apricot Blonde was good, and I'll look on that menu for some other things that maybe I haven't tried before. All in all, a good trip to the Alamo. I'm glad I used that season pass to give me the opportunity to see this movie, which I hadn't seen before, but I can now recognize how many other things that it influenced that I have seen. And if you're interested in my brief discussion of Decision to Leave, take a look at this video next. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll be back with more Drafthouse Diaries. In the meantime, enjoy your movies, and when you do, stay till the end of the credits.